Paul Lockhart, VP of Global Sales at Hoteza. So I'm going to start off with the guest journey has changed. Not the journey itself, but the way in which we book and pay for travel or events, example, trains and flights, etc., as we know. 35 years ago, I backpacked around the world. I had hair then, all the way down here, and I was a lot younger. But when I booked flights, I used a travel agent on the street, whether it was in London or Bangkok. I didn't have a credit card, I had a money belt where I put cash and that wonderful thing called traveller's checks, which I don't know if we still use, but it was a great way to travel. And if you wanted information about a town or a city or a location, you had this wonderful thing called the Lonely Planet Guide, which gave you everything you needed to know about accommodation, health, travel, pricing, hospitality, etc. And if you wanted to communicate, you'd buy one of those little postcards and you'd start writing really big at the top, and by the time you got to the bottom, you didn't have much room left, and then you'd really start writing small to try and get the message back to mum and dad. And finally, if you wanted to make a phone call, if you was in Bangkok or Singapore or South America, you'd have to spend 4 hours trying to get into the post office and then spend another 3 hours trying to get in line to make the phone call. So basically, it was quite difficult, but it was fun. Now, with more devices on the planet than humans, everything can be found, booked, paid for, and communicated via my phone. It's not a phone. This new digital, This new digital world has created leading technology companies such as Hotelza and Roomio, who we now work with many hotels around the world globally, not just hotels, but hotel groups. What do? We implement and integrate a range of innovative solutions that enhance both the guests and hotel staff's experience through using smart digital technology. Hoteza provides the end-to-end guest journey platform, and Roomio is the innovative guest room management system fusing automation, and I daren't say it, with some AI, to create a seamless guest experience. My colleague Christos will be talking about Roomio and a site we have in London called Queensgate to give you a bit more information around that in a minute. Hoteza itself is a cloud-based modular platform that covers the full guest journey before the guests arrive, during and after their stay. It includes connectivity, communication, entertainment, information, personalisation, with modules and tools that will help increase revenues and decrease costs, whether that's through cancelling of room cleaning, not obviously changing the bedding, etc., through to ordering F&B in the room and various other services. Outside of this, we have the guest-facing technology, which is everything front of house in front of the guest. And then we have the operational technology, which is the PMS, the POS, the SOS, the GRMS, the spa systems, the golfing systems. Hoteza and Roomio integrate with all of these systems. The key solutions across the Hoteza range of modules and products include the digital reception, which is a mobile check-in solution, which allows the PMS to send the email to the guest. They then go through the process of completing all of their details. They can then scan their passport or their ID card, carry out facial recognition against either one of those ID formats. It then creates a digital ID, which can then be uploaded to the PMS. You can then go through the process of carrying on your check-in, upgrading, or booking a taxi, or whatever it may be that the hotel wants to push to the client at that particular point in time. And then at reception, we also have an e-sign, Hoteza e-sign solution, which is a contactless reception experience. We also provide, as part of that journey, the award-winning TV, Hoteza TV, which is both over coax and IP, and has the option of both casting and a centralised streaming solution. Obviously now with the implementation of casting built into the TVs, that's made things a little bit easier, but Hoteza offer both options. Then we have the guest app, that branded guest app to your hotel. It's in two formats. It's the web app, which, because a lot of hotels and a lot of guests do not want to be downloading apps, but that guest app can be scanned on the TV, via the QR code, and it pulls everything off the TV onto your phone. So you can now have everything in the palm of your hand to control the TV, the room automation systems, order food to the room, communicate with reception, communicate with the spa, all in the palm of your hand. But it could also be a downloadable mobile app, which is on the iStore or on Google. So that if you need to download the mobile key, you've got an actual app to download that key into. Amongst it allows other things that you can use the app for. Along that guest journey experience, and one of the other modules is the high-speed internet access, which provides the welcome page, as we know, in the hotel, along with the ability to manage things like the conferencing and events within the system. It then provides digital signage, allowing you to manage the digital signage in the front of the hotel or throughout the hotel, either in the meeting rooms or in the lifts itself. And then finally, we have the guest room management, which is the room automation. So the Hoteza solution basically handles everything along the guest journey and provides all these modules within the hotel. And on that note, I'm going to hand over to Christos, who's going to talk about Roomio and how we're using both Roomio and Hoteza in a prime London hotel here just up the road.
Thank you, Paul. In Roomio, basically, we are a GRMS company, guest room management system company, and we have the whole package, the keypads, the controllers, everything to control any technology inside the room, like the climate control, the lights, dimming, whatever it is. But we don't focus on that because in hotels, you don't really, everyone can offer that. So what we care to give to hoteliers is a journey for the customers. So we partner with Hoteza to offer this guest journey so the guests can interact with the room and the room will interact back with them. So we have the central management system, which is cloud-based and can manage multiple hotels. At the same time, it's integrated with BMS or with any room control in the room. So we do have hospitality operations, and we can integrate with any source. So by the time you click on the door panel, make my room, we're going to create a task in the system for housekeeping. We have energy management solutions, so we're using sensors to identify whether the guest is in the room, to be able to turn lights off, turn the air conditioning off, but at the same time, we can do different kind of scenarios. So for example, if the room is sold and the guest is not in the room, we can close the curtain, so we keep the room cool. We can have ambient temperatures, so we're not gonna leave the room to go above any preset point. So we have any kind of scenario that is required by the hotel. On the checkout, we can turn off all lights. If the room it's empty and the door is open, we can send notification that the door is left open so someone will take care of it. If the temperatures are outside the preset temperatures, then we can create an additional alert. And all of this is available for the maintenance team, for the operation, to be able to know what temperatures are preset in the room, what is the actual temperature. We have statistics and analytics on how many time guests spend in the room, what hours they spend in the room, so they can organize the housekeeping to clean the rooms. So we gather all these analytics, and then for maintenance, for example, if the preset temperature is 23 degrees and the AC is working for 2 hours and the temperature, the actual temperature is not changing, we can create an alert. So it's not just a room control system that controls lights, it's something that gives information and analytics to hoteliers to schedule their operations. At the same time, we have these fancy systems, and why not give this to the customers? So integrating with Hoteza and in projects we do, like from online check-in, the customer will get their mobile key on their phone. They can use our door panels to open the door. as soon as they open the door, we're going to run a check-in scenario, so the lights will dim up, the curtains will open welcoming them, the TV is going to be playing a nice background video with their name welcoming them. And then from the keypads in the room, you can give not so much functionality, but why not give them everything on their phone through a web app? So they have the capability of like scanning a personalized QR code on the TV, and then they have the room control on their phone. They can, from the same web app, they can do the room service, they can book spa, they can book whatever is offered from the hotel. So, so we're offering this interaction to the guest to be able to interact with the room, and then we have all the analytics, and depending on the functionality of the room, we have all this information in statistics for hoteliers to be able to create their operations accordingly. So the project we did recently is not completed yet, but the main target was to integrate everything from online check-in, room control. So the objective was to modernize the room in-room experience for the hotel guests. The hotel was being in a renovation phase. The idea was to boost the operational efficiency, enable contactless and multilingual interactions, and enhance sustainability. We have the capability. In the morning, they were talking about charity and giving back to different foundations. And I mean, what a better way of giving the option, for example, to a guest, not to have his room clean, and then a part of that money that is being saved from cleaning the room can go to a charity. I mean, we have this capability through the web app, through the tablet in the room, through the TV, and then everything is offered as a package. So as a room control company, we don't focus on the room control, which is almost offered by everyone, but we are trying to create a seamless guest journey that will both give information to hoteliers about the insights of how guests operate in the room, but also give the possibility to the guests to interact with the room. I think I've covered everything. Yeah. So it's everything basically that we talked about. Yeah. Yeah, then something very important regarding the energy saving. As I said, we're using occupancy sensors to detect occupancy in the room with a logic controller. So it's more complicated than just a sensor. That depending on the project, whether it's just energy saving system or a more complete system, in comparison with traditional systems with key card holder, you can have energy saving even up to 30%. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Yeah, if there's any questions, but also the, if anyone would like to see, the Queen's Gate is pretty much up and running, fully operational. And it pretty much has, like Christos said, all of the solutions bar a couple. So everything from the TV to the internet through to the in-room automation. So if anyone would like to see that hotel at any point, we're quite happy to take people down, and we have done that already in the last few months. But yeah, if anyone would like to talk to us today or over the next couple of weeks, and we'd happily show you a working site so you can feel it, see it, touch it, because there's nothing better than actually playing around with it yourself. So on that note, if there's any questions at all? No? Going, gone?
Thank you.
And thanks very much for your time. Thank you.